I've been practicing law 20 years, and for about the last 10 years, I knew that I had a ineffective business module. A natural business person I am not. And I spent about those last 10 years trying to find some consultant who could help me, and couldn't find anything. So I took the one-day CLE that James was at in April, and about 2 minutes into it realized, oh, great, this is it. And I'm one of those that waited till pretty much the last minute to sign up for the course, because I was concerned about the $1,000 a month and where am I going to get that and this and overhead and whatnot. Really agonized over it, knowing in my heart that, why are you waiting? You got to jump in here. This is what you always do. So I jumped in. Best decision I've probably made in the last 20 years. In the last 90 days, I have doubled my income. I have there's light now at the end of the tunnel. Where I've plateaued for the last 8-9 years, I can clearly see now that really my potential is unlimited. And what's more important, I know how to get there. I did not know how to get there before. I didn't have my hand on the levers and dials of them and the mechanics of how I get there. And in doing this course, I'm seeing, that's how I can get there. So where I find myself now, 90 days later, is very energized on a daily basis, motivated, clear on what I need to do, clear on what I don't need to do, comfortable and excited about doing those things that I've resisted for a very long time, marketing, rainmaking, things like that. I don't resist those anymore, and that is a big thing for me, to embrace those things that I need to do to be very successful. So that is.
I just want to make sure everyone understood clearly, because you said it. Your revenues. I don't want you to say the actual dollar amounts. By what percentage have they gone up in the last 90 days?
They've doubled. Every May, from June to May, my revenues in May to June doubled, and they just June and July have been some of my best months ever. They've basically, my average has doubled in the months of June and July. And they probably would have doubled for August had I not taken about 10 days off earlier this month. So 3 months in a row, revenues doubling every single month. And starting this course in late May, I do not believe in coincidences. And that's just the beginning. Now, that's after 90 days with perhaps implementing 15% of what I should be implementing. So I'm thinking, oh, wow. What's going to happen when I start implementing the other 85%?
What's that done for your home life? What's that done for your sleep? What's that done for your self-esteem?
No particular.
You're capable of doing this. I mean, you did this. I didn't do this for you. You did this for yourself. I want to make sure everyone listening to this recording understands very clearly. These people did this for themselves. I gave them tools. I gave them resources. Kristen and I gave them tools. We gave them resources. We gave them guidance and instruction. But everyone you're listening to did this for themselves. I didn't do this for them. They're the heroes.
Well, sleep. That's probably the one nice thing. I've always been able to sleep pretty well, regardless. But on a figurative manner, it's given me hope. I mean, I'm going to be 53 years old in a few months. And, I start to, retirement starts to, I see it in the distance. I have a 4-year-old daughter, and so I want to make a lot of money. I didn't see how I was going to go beyond the plateau, before I started this course. And so now seeing that, it just makes a huge difference. My wife, who is a natural business person, is very excited about what I'm learning, will be a definite contributing partner to what I do in the office and what we do. And it makes a huge difference because we're through with the frustration of how do I get to the next level. It's okay, once we get to the next level, what do we want to do? And so it just means a lot less stress with conversations we have about money. It means a lot more stability, options probably, a lot more options, and a lot more the fear and the fear about where we're going to be financially 10, 15 years from now is now replaced with a real excitement about where we'll be and what changes we're going to see along the way and like that. So it's really having that type of uncertainty and fear replaced with really certainty. And I wouldn't say hope. I mean say certainty about where it's going, where my practice and income will go. It's the biggest difference in the household.
And it's not certainty based on blind optimism. I mean, you've already doubled your revenues. This isn't just like, I think this might work. This is working.
This is working, but we're not. I mean, obviously, this is just the beginning. This is, I've now seen that, potential is pretty much unlimited, and that makes a very big difference in what I can now plan for my family, for my daughter, and for myself, for my wife. We worked hard for this.
Why shouldn't you be happy also, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of that.
Now,
you would ask one more. You said sleep, home life, and one more. I don't remember what it was. Professional. Oh, self-esteem. It makes a big difference. You meet. I've met with 10 clients, and none have retained me. And in the last week, I've met with 5 clients, and 4 have retained me, and that just makes a huge difference in self-esteem. Better, it shows me that I'm starting to implement what you're teaching in the course on enrolling people, doing sales calls, and like that. So at first it's like I got lucky. The second time, what a coincidence. But to the point, hey, wait a minute. If I keep on doing this way, my conversion rate isn't going to be 2 out of 10. It's going to be 8 out of 10. That's going to make a significant difference in how many hours I need to spend at the office, how long will it take me to reach my financial goals. So, makes a huge difference.
I'm very excited for you. One last thing I want to ask you about, and then I'm going to wrap this up, is you actually attended one of our live quarterly meetings that just happened. You did that within less than 90 days of joining the program. Would you just speak for just a minute about the value of attending the live meetings?
It's priceless. These calls are great, and the live meeting is just toning up the frequency 100-fold. The meetings are you get great advice. You get gold during these conference calls, and at the meetings you get gold, but you're getting everything you need to know about this subject. And there you go. Take it and run with it, because what is being spoken is the truth. And to the extent that you're going to internalize this and begin to implement whatever you learn in your practice, you're starting to get eons beyond where you would be if you'd not taken this course. If you're not going to staff, people are going to get where they're going to get if they don't do the live meetings. Except if you do the live meetings, you're going to get there significantly, exponentially faster. Over the next maybe 2 years, I might have learned everything I need to learn about staff by reading the materials, listening to the conference calls, the monthly calls, being coached and whatnot. But after going to one of these meetings, it's like, all right, that's it. I can focus on other stuff now. So that just, saved me 2 years plus worth of time, and I can start implementing all that stuff immediately. Significantly valuable. And to do it without finishing the 90 days yet, it just supercharged me. I mean, I just came back to my office and just, I haven't even hardly begun to implement what I've learned and processed about staff and other things as well at these meetings. I mean, I'm talking to attorneys during breaks about all types of things. But it just supercharged me at least, to just start operating at a much higher level. And that just, I'm probably operating now, where I might otherwise have been operating 4 months from now, maybe, if I had not done the live meeting. It just quickens the pace of everything.
Without naming any names, you met a whole bunch of people at the live meeting. I just want to ask you, and then I'm really going to wrap this up, to just let people know listening to this, you met people who have been with me for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Do you meet anyone who's been with me for more than 4 years?
I have.
Okay.
I think, yes.
So this isn't like some flash in the pan thing that people come, they get all revved up, then they go home, nothing works, and then they give up. I mean, this people, this is working.
These are people are telling me they don't miss this for the world. It's their policy. They don't miss these. I've had people who have been to several of these meetings. Part of the reason I do this course is for these live meetings. And no, they're not in the least a flash in the pan. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. You're learning exactly that which you need to learn to run the business of law as best as it can be run. And so that's my opinion of these live meetings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it not just because it demonstrates that I've earned your trust and I've earned your respect, and Kristen and I have worked hard to improve your business. And I'm also thanking you on behalf of the lawyers who are going to listen to this. And maybe there's one lawyer who's going to listen to this, and maybe it was one word that one of you said. Maybe it's the way you said it, the authenticity, the sincerity in your voice, the example that you gave, that's going to help someone finally make the decision to take the leap and invest in themselves like this. And if it does half for them as it's done for each of you, you will have helped me in my purpose in life and in my business to improve the lives of my fellow lawyers. So.
Hi, this is Ann, and I am a business lawyer in the Los Angeles area. And I was very afraid to try this program a year ago when a friend of mine decided to jump into the program because I was afraid of the monthly cost, and I was also afraid that I wouldn't be able to accomplish all of the things I had to do perfectly, and at the end of the 3 months it wouldn't be a success, and I would have wasted all this money. Had I known then what I knew now, I would not have hesitated. I came into this program 3 months ago just simply for clarity because I really didn't know which way was up, and I felt like I was on this constant treadmill of either marketing and getting business in or frantically trying to do the work, and I didn't see any potential for growing beyond me. And in the time that I've been in this program, my revenues have more than developed. I am developing systems to get the work done so there isn't that same panic and chaos that I had when I came in. And I'm really starting to see how my business can grow and how I can go forward. And I'm frankly very excited. I have a lot less fear about my practice and a lot more excitement about it. So I would strongly recommend that you go forward and do it. And you don't have to do everything perfectly. I have done maybe 60 to 75% of the underlying homework, and it's still enough to get me jump-started and moving forward.
And without necessarily saying the actual numbers, what percentage increase have you seen in your revenues? in the last 90 days?
100%.
Your revenues have doubled in just 90 days?
Yes.
And what about how much fun you're having in your business?
Well, it's hard to measure that as a percentage, but I would say I wake up excited every day on new things that I can try in my business. I get excited about about actually meeting with clients to help them solve their legal problems, and I find that excitement is contagious, and my close rate with clients and the number of clients I meet with who actually retain me is much higher.
What about the quality of clients you're now getting?
The quality is definitely improving in the sense that I'm getting clients who have higher revenues to spend, who are more prepared to spend those revenues, and also clients who want to be with lawyers who lead them and who are willing to take directions.
If there was one thing that you took away from the first 90 days that you think might have contributed to at least part of those results you're now getting, what might that have been?
I don't know how to answer that question. I think the main thing I got was the importance of thinking about your business and planning about it and not reacting to things that happen, and how when you really can put your forethought into your business and you can really have some effort and faith in the beginning, that the results are amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you for helping me to help whoever will be listening to this, because there's obviously many, many lawyers whose lives could be better if they made these changes. Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me just add one thing. If you try this in 3 months and it doesn't get better, at least you'll know you've tried. But if you sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and you haven't tried it and you're still in the same muck you are, you're not going to feel so good about yourself. So, you owe it to yourself to try and get off whatever the fear is that's holding you back and just take a plunge.
Thank you.
Hi, Rjon, it's Scott.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
How has this program affected you in the last 90 days?
Well, about 6 months ago, I decided that it was time for me to strike out on my own and leave the comfort of a firm that someone else had built, but they employed me and it wasn't my own. And I decided that I needed to learn some more stuff about the business side of the practice of law. Felt really confident that I had the foundation for the legal work, and I knew I could do that part of it. But the foundation that I had in management I felt was real shaky, and I was unsure of myself. And I really lacked the confidence of being able to go out on my own and sign up new clients and develop a client base. And that's what your program has given me. It's given me the confidence to believe and confidence to know that building a client base is something that I can do, excited to do. It's provided a foundation framework for me to go ahead and open the office that is mine, not someone else's. Mostly with the policies and procedures, it's given me a foundation for the management of the firm on a day-to-day basis. With the networking and rainmaking materials, it's given me the confidence that I needed to know and understand how to market so that I could develop a client base.
You're not like a brand new wet behind the ears lawyer. I mean, you're an experienced practitioner, correct?
Yeah, I've been a licensed attorney for 17 years now. I have more than 50 jury trials under my belt. I know the law. I know how to try a case. I know how to handle a case. I can settle a case. I could take it to trial, and I could, even handle the appeals if it goes up on appeal. That part of it wasn't a concern to me. What always kept me from going out on my own was the thought that, okay, how do I get clients? And it was always real comfortable for me to sit in someone else's firm and let them go out and get the clients and me do the work. And the thing that always kept me from going out on my own was the fear of not being able to get clients on my own. I struggle mightily at networking functions. It is something that is uncomfortable for me. I don't like it. But your program has taught me how to do it. Your program has given me the confidence that I can do it. And with some of the homework and some of the exercises that you've given us, it has demonstrated to me not only that it works, but I can do it, well, not only that I can do it, but that it really works. And so the confidence that has instilled in me has just been fantastic.
And how do you feel looking forward at the rest of the program when you get assigned to your personal law firm management advisor, you're going to do your diagnostic? How do you feel about all that coming up?
I'm really excited about it. I still face some challenges of departing the old firm and starting the new one. So there's still some things that have to happen and still some benchmarks that I need to hit. But I'm excited to have that person there alongside to be able to call and talk to and to mentor me through that and to help me through that. I've talked to a lot of my friends who have gone out and done this on their own, and I already feel light years ahead of them just simply because of the fact that I've been involved in this program.
And it's not just the law firm management advisor that we're going to assign to you. I want to emphasize you also have access to the membership site, the discussion forum. I'm on there, Kristen is on there, and we're here for you also. So don't feel like it's just you and your law firm management advisor from here forward.
That's great.
Thank you. All right, 253.
Yes, Rjon.
Words of wisdom to lawyers who are listening to this and thinking that maybe they're going to get involved in this program, maybe they're not going to get involved in this program, maybe they're on their 47th excuse why they'll still not get into this program?
Don't wait. Don't wait and run yourself into the ground and burn yourself out because your practice is plateaued and you just know that there's something not right about your business model, but you just don't know what it is. You don't know how to do it correctly, and so you just say, well, this is it. This is all there is.
What's been the best part of this program for you, at least the first 90 days of it? We're just scratching the surface here.
Hope. It's just that, I've been doing this for 26 years, and I've restarted my practice at least a half a dozen times, and it just never was right. It just never was right, and I didn't know what it was. Now, thanks to this program, I've got a plan, and the program has also helped me become so busy that I haven't been able to implement as much of the plan as I've wanted to, as quickly as I've wanted to, but at least I wake up every morning saying, I know what I've got to do, and I know what this is, what's going on, and where I'm headed, and I know most importantly how to get there. And one of the resources that you offer, and this was in one of your emails to us, was that we are faced with thousands of decisions, and sometimes it's a paralysis because we don't know. We don't know where to go to get the best credit card deal. We don't know where to go to get some place to guarantee our clients' checks and pay them up front and give them a year to pay. You have these answers. That resource in and of itself is invaluable because it just allows us to say, I don't even have to think about this. This is what I'm going to do. And it's just enables us to focus on what we should be doing, and that's turning our practice into a business and running our practice like a business. And, don't wait. The only thing you're doing is taking money out of your own pocket. And the cost of the program, if you think about it, what support staff could you hire for $1,000 a month? Honestly, none.
You met me at a CLE program that was sponsored by Microsoft and LexisNexis, I saw you chatting with a number of other attorneys who didn't join the program. What kind of excuses, what almost stopped you from joining, I guess is what I'm asking.
Nothing stopped me from joining because for me before I went to the program, it was scheduled for January, but it got snowed out in one of the rare snows that we get in the Puget Sound area. And I called the county bar director, who I know very well. I've known her for 20 years. And I said, is this for real? is this guy for real? Is this program for real? And she assured me that it was. She told me who you were and your credentials and everything like that. So I was waiting for 3 months to take the CLE and then join the program because there was no choice. But people were telling me that they didn't think that it was for real, that they didn't think it would work, that it, that they at the CLE, every time you were asking people questions and they were giving you answers that were excuses, you would challenge them on them and they would get all defensive. And when you asked me a question and I gave you an answer and you started challenging me, I didn't engage you because I knew you were right. But I don't know. The people that I talked to at the CLE just they said, I'm making enough money, I'm happy with my practice, blah blah blah, and I said, okay, fine.
Good for them.
That's what I
mean that
good.
sincerely. I mean that so sincerely. For anyone who's listening to this recording, and you're satisfied with the amount of money your law firm is generating, and you're satisfied with the amount of hours you're working, and you're satisfied with the predictability and the consistency and the way your business is running, I mean it with total sincerity. Good for you.
Amen. And I have made every mistake that you have talked about in the CLE, in your materials, and on these conference calls. So I know that you're speaking the truth.
Thank you.
Because I've lived it all.
I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to help. Thank you.